Welcome, beautiful soul. You've spent too much time trying to fit into spaces that were never shaped for you. Too often, you've quieted your truth just to avoid discomfort. Not yours, but someone else's. And somewhere along the way, apologizing for simply being became a habit. But not today. This moment is not about fixing who you are. It's not about adjusting your edges so they don't poke others. It's about sitting here, breathing in, and realizing you were never broken. And you don't need to say sorry for your shape. Let this be your quiet rebellion. Not the loud, dramatic kind, but the kind that feels like coming home. The kind that whispers, "I'm not going to shrink anymore." Because you weren't meant to disappear just to make others feel comfortable. There is strength in your softness. There is truth in the way you move, speak, feel. Even if no one ever told you so. And that truth doesn't need to be justified. It only needs to be lived. You're not too much. You're not too sensitive. You're not too quiet or too intense or too different. You are human, and that's enough. There are people who won't understand you. That's not a failure. You weren't born to be understood by everyone. You were born to be real. The need to apologize often comes from fear. Fear that you'll be left out, judged, misunderstood. But here, now, you are included. Exactly as you are. You belong, not because you change yourself, but because you exist. You don't have to soften your truth for the sake of peace. Real peace does not require hiding. It allows you to be whole, even when others don't know what to do with your wholeness. That kind of peace begins with you. Your body remembers every time you've said, "I'm sorry," when you meant, "I need space." Or, "I'm sorry," when you meant, "I don't agree." It carries those moments quietly, but heavily. And now it's time to release them. You can breathe differently now, deeper, without tension in your chest or weight on your shoulders, because nothing about you is a mistake. This isn't about being perfect. It's about not apologizing for being in progress. It's about being visible even when you feel unsure. It's about staying, even when the world asks you to shrink. Let yourself be here, fully. Don't retreat. Don't filter. Let your presence take up space, gently, bravely. Because this space is yours too. Every time you say, "I'm sorry for being emotional," you tell yourself that your feelings are wrong, but they're not. They are messages. They are alive and valid and honest. Your quiet is powerful. Your voice, when you choose to use it, is meaningful. And your silence doesn't mean you have nothing to say. It means you're choosing presence over noise. This world doesn't need more people pretending to be okay. It needs people like you, feeling honestly, showing up quietly, living truthfully. You are not failing. You are forming. You don't owe anyone a version of you that feels safer for them. Not the quieter version. Not the more agreeable one. Not the one who hides their needs. You are not here to perform comfort. You are here to live truthfully. There is something radical about being real in a world that teaches you to hide. But radical doesn't have to mean loud or aggressive. It can be soft, steady, grounded, like a tree that no longer bends for every passing wind. That's the rebellion we're talking about. Let yourself stop explaining your feelings just to earn the right to feel them. Let yourself stop smiling when you're tired. Let yourself say no without apology, and yes without fear. Let it all be honest. You don't have to be harsh to be strong. You don't have to prove anything to be valid. You don't need permission to be whole. You already are. When you stop apologizing, you make space for others to do the same. Your presence gives quiet permission for softness, for honesty, for humanity. And that's how change begins. Maybe you've spent years making yourself smaller so others could stay comfortable. But that comfort came at a cost. Your own clarity, your own voice, your own peace. You don't have to keep paying that price. Let this be the moment you choose to return to yourself, to speak slowly, not because you're unsure, but because you're intentional. To move gently, not because you're weak, but because you're awake. To stop apologizing, not because you're angry, but because you're finally ready to be real. Your wholeness is not an inconvenience. Your truth is not a disruption. Your needs are not too much. They are part of being human. This world moves fast. It rewards those who suppress and conform. But you don't have to run with it. You can pause. You can feel. You can choose a different pace. If you're tired, that's okay. If you're emotional, that's okay. If you're uncertain, that's okay. None of those things need to be hidden or apologized for. Let your breath remind you, you belong. Let your stillness remind you, you don't have to chase acceptance. Let your heart speak, even if your voice trembles. Let your presence be enough. Every time you resist the urge to apologize for simply existing, you reclaim a part of yourself. And little by little, that adds up. Until one day, standing in your truth feels natural, like breathing. And apologizing for who you are feels like a distant memory. You are not a problem to be solved. You are a person to be met. And the first one who gets to meet you is you. Fully, gently, without apology. So stay, breathe, take up space, not with noise, but with truth. That's your rebellion, and it's already begun.